Double Masters 2022, card number 38. As Foretold. Current market value $3.45, with the foil going for $5.10. There are 2 variants of this card in the set, and this card is printed in 3 sets, including this one. This card is playable in all formats except Standard, Alchemy, Brawl, Pauper, and Penny. There are currently 7 rulings against this card from Wizards of the Coast. 1. If you cast a card for an alternate cost of 0, you can't pay any alternate costs, such as the merge costs. You can, however, pay additional costs. If the card has any mandatory additional costs, such as that of Tormenting Voice, you may pay those to cast the card. 2. A card's mana value is determined solely by the mana symbols printed on the upper right corner. The mana value is the total amount of mana in that card, regardless of color. For example, a card with mana cost of 1 general mana, 2 blue mana, has a mana value of 3. Ignore any alternative costs, additional costs, cost increases, or cost reductions that could apply to it. A card with no mana has the mana value of 0. 3. If a spell has no mana value, its mana value is 0. You can cast it with As Foretold's alternative cost. If you are casting a split card, only the mana value of half of your casting is compared to the other time counters as foretold. This is because only that half is on the stack at the time that you choose to apply the effect of As Foretold. Number 5. If the card has X in its mana cost, you must choose 0 as the value of X when casting it for another cost that doesn't include X. For example, if there are 5 time counters on As Foretold and you choose to use its effect to cast Pull from Tomorrow, X must be 0, X can't be 2, and even though the spell's mana value would be 4. 6. If you control multiple As Foretold, you may cast 1 spell for each of them, paying 0 mana. 7. All counters with the same name are indistinguishable from other counters with that name. Cards from the time spiral block that interact with time counters will interact with As Foretold. To cast this card will cost 1 blue mana, 2 general mana. It is an enchantment with a mythic rarity. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on As Foretold. Once each turn, you may pay 0 mana rather than pay the mana cost for a spell that you cast with a mana value X or less, where X is the number of time counters on As Foretold. Currently, this card is played in 1% of the relevant decks on EDH Rec. If you wish to add mana to this channel's mana pool, then click the red subscribe mana button on the screen.